Everyone, and welcome to our weekly meditation. Tonight, I would like to focus on the spiritual path and the healing crisis that we go through on the spiritual path. Now, anyone who does any kind of spiritual work, energy healing, or holistic health knows that you truly heal when you go through a healing crisis. So sometimes you'll have some kind of a problem. It may be emotional, it may be physical, mental, whatever. And when you begin to heal, you go through what we call as a healing crisis. And sometimes you actually get worse and then you get better. And the same is true when you're on the spiritual path. So you'll start to meditate and things are going really well, and then all of a sudden things don't go so well, which is one reason why a lot of people quit. They just can't deal with the fact that they have to deal with their stuff. And you go through a healing crisis, which is why meditation is so challenging, because you're forced to face yourself. I think about my values, my beliefs, my attitudes when I was 20. And versus when I was 30, versus when I finally woke up in my early 40s. I was 42 when I actually woke up. Most people don't become adults until they're 40. I know if you're less than 40, you think, what, adult? No, actually, you're not. And when you turn 40, you'll start to realize, oh my gosh, because everything changes. That's when people really begin to mature. And you have to face the fact that, number one, your body is not going to live forever. And number two, your attitudes and your beliefs really change. And if they haven't changed, you're really stuck. Or you were born enlightened, and few of us were born enlightened. But the spiritual process is a spiral. It's not a destination. It's not a circle. It's not like once I go around the lap, I'm done. Now you keep going around learning the same lessons over and over again, but the lessons become, it's like peeling an onion. It's still the same onion, but each layer is another layer of the same stuff, but in a different context. And there's actually 7 initiations that we go through on the spiritual path. If you've taken any of my programs, you've learned the first 4. And I don't bother teaching 7 because nobody that I've met has actually conquered all of the first 4. There's always at least one of the first 4 that is a challenge, which is why you need to keep meditating. And eventually you'll start to really, really move forward on the first 4. Then the next 3, you'll just bring those in. You won't need a teacher to tell you what they are. The first one, of course, is discernment. And I know people that, they're in their 80s and they still haven't conquered discernment. And that's the first one you usually learn as a child. The second one is unconditional love. And there's a lot of people that focus on heart-centered love. There's nothing wrong with that. But they get so focused on heart-centered love that they miss some of the other things they need to focus on. And sometimes those things might seem contradictory to unconditional love. If you know what tough love is, that one definitely contradicts the notion of unconditional love. But it doesn't contradict it. It just contradicts some people's idea of what heart-centered means. Sometimes being heart-centered means walking away. Sometimes being heart-centered means protecting yourself or protecting someone else. Then the third initiation is death of the ego. And you'll go through a period of time where you actually think you're dying, or, you think, do I want to commit suicide? No, I don't really want to commit suicide, but death is on the mind. You have all these weird dreams. Excuse me. And you don't go through this just once. You go through it many, many times. And each time it's really important to meditate on what is it you're supposed to let go of. And frequently when you go through death of the egos, this is when you change some of your values, some of your opinions, maybe even change careers or move, or people in your life come and go. It's a very unsettling time, to say the least. I've been through it quite a bit. The fourth initiation is meeting the dweller on the threshold. And the first time you go through this, the first time I went through it, I was blessed to know a nun, and I called her and I said, "This is happening to me. What does it mean?" She explained it to me. If you don't know what it is when it happens, it can really knock you off your seat. You can end up not even being able to work, not being able to do anything. It really throws you for a loop. All of a sudden, you're not sure of what's right, what's wrong, what's up, what's down, what's anything. And again, you go through all four of these over and over and over at different levels. So what can happen while you're going through any of these four is what I'm going to call a spiritual healing crisis. And it's one of the barriers or blocks that occur that prevent people from continuing to meditate, because they either started meditating and they had these awesome experiences and then those went away, and then their life turned to crap. Well, you're going through the initiations. That's what happens. So, and people say, well, I want those magic moments back. Well, they come back. It's a process. You keep going around and around and around, just at a little higher level, a little higher level. And so you have to just keep going through it. Remember, it's a process. You just go through the process. And so tonight we're going to do a meditation to connect you to source, so that you can understand, where are you in this process? What do you need to focus on next? Because if you haven't noticed it, April was a very, very energetically challenging month. Of course, the last 2 years have been challenging, each year even more challenging than the previous, each month more challenging than the previous. And we're about to go into the first week of May, and just about every paradigm you know is about to get broken. Things have happened last weekend that I'm not going to talk about because it's not a political channel. I'll let you look things up and find things out for yourself. But everything that we know and have gotten used to is now different. And it's going to all be exposed next week. So I want you to be ready, because we're all going to go through a healing crisis. It's the end of, what do they call it? The eclipse season, if you follow astrology. But things are going to start to get much better. Can you believe it? Yes, it will. So go ahead, and if you have headsets, get your headset, because I'll be playing binaural beats music, which is better with 2 separate sounds in each ear, or you'll need stereo speakers set apart from each other. And you can sit, stand, walk, or lay down, whichever works best for you. Only lay down if you're not tired, so you don't fall asleep, and put something under your head and your knees. If you want to stand, it's best if you can look at something green and living, like a tree or a plant if you're inside. And if you're walking, clear a space so you don't bump into anything, and then just walk very purposefully in a small circle. And if you're sitting, sit up straight, feet flat on the floor and hip width apart. And you can hold your hands up if you get spaced out and you don't want to space out. I'm sorry, if you like to get spaced out, and down on your lap if you don't want to get spaced out, to keep you grounded. Or you can do the standard mudra, which closes your channels. Or if you want to manifest, then the first 2 fingers. Okay, so hopefully you're ready to go now. So let me turn on the music. Share screen. Okay. Let's go into your inner space and just relax your body. Start with your toes and fingers. Feel them tingling with relaxation as it moves up your feet and hands, up your legs and arms, into your torso, and up into your face and head. And allow all negative thoughts, negative energy, monkey mind, worry, concern, allow these things to float away. And just take a nice deep breath very slowly. Hold and exhale very slowly. Hold and inhale. And keep inhaling and exhaling slowly with a pause between each for just a split second. And with each exhale, just let go whatever is concerning you, whatever worries you have. Let go of any built up fears that are unnecessary. We have eternal life as a soul, so there is never anything to fear. So we're going to think about the 4 initiations: discernment, unconditional love, death of the ego, and dweller on the threshold. These actually pertain to the first 4 chakras. 1, base chakra; 2, sacral chakra; 3, solar plexus; and 4, the heart. So connect with source. So if you're not grounded, be sure you ground. And you just do this by intention, that you feel the earth and that you are part of the earth. You were born of the earth energy, the yin of the earth. And when you connect to source, you do so through the crown chakra, bringing the energy down to your heart, which connects you to those 4 lower energy centers. And Mother Earth energy comes up through your feet and your base chakra all the way up to the earth, up to the heart. So this is the yin and the yang balancing you out at the heart. And in this state, you should be able to connect directly to source and ask source to either show you in your third eye, tell you through your auditory senses, or if you're kinesthetic, to let you feel what you need to feel, or if you just have inner knowing, just know with all your senses. What is it that you need to work on the most at this time? And what will help you with this process? Does something need to be healed? Do you need to be aware of anything? Will some essential oils like frankincense help you? Do you need to meditate more? Do you need to exercise more? Do you need to change your diet? Remember that your body is your vehicle in this reality that allows you to connect to source. What gets in the way is a body that is not healthy, or a mind that is not healthy, or emotions that are not healthy. And when we bring all of this into alignment, we're able to advance spiritually. And at this period of time for humanity, advancement is on steroids. We can go so far, so fast. So I'll be quiet now so you can listen to what Source tells you to pay attention to on your very special journey. And we're going to slowly begin to return. Just start to wiggle your feet, your toes, your fingers, and very, very slowly begin to return to the room. Okay, I went so deep in that meditation, the music ended. Sorry about that. So remember to have a drink of water to help you ground and come back. And write in your journal any insights. What do you need to work on? What did Source tell you? What's important for you at this time? And what do you need to prepare for? And remember, you can go back to Source at any time to ask more questions and get answers. But we will always take you there every week on Thursday. There is a group. Oh, what are they called? Let's see here if I saved the name. Anyway, there is a global peace meditation coming up. Here we go. It's called the Portal of Light Activation. It'll be on May 1st. If you go to my Facebook page, there's a link down below. It's Dancing Bear Enlightenment and Meditation, I think is the name of the group. I posted a link to their email there, but it's a global meditation and they have a chart to tell you the time. So if you're in Los Angeles, the Pacific Daylight Time will be May 1st, Monday at 10:06 a.m. Honolulu is 7:06 a.m. I'm in Arizona. We don't have daylight savings, so I don't know if I should use Los Angeles or Denver. So I'll probably do it twice, once at 10 a.m. and 10:06 and one at 11:06. So Chicago would be 12:06 p.m. New York is 1:06 p.m. Let's see here. Brazil is 2:06. London is 6:06 at night. Rome, Madrid, and Paris are 7:06. India will be at 10:36 p.m. And let's see, Sydney, if you're in Australia, it will be 3:06 a.m. May 2nd. So that's coming up this Monday, and you just go into a meditative state for 20 minutes, and we'll be praying for global peace, and they're hoping to get 144 people. They used to do this global peace meditation quite a bit in 2020, 2021. I don't remember seeing it for about a year now. I'm not sure when the last one was, but I got an email today. They're going to do one on Monday. So we hope to see you there. So if you have any questions, all my links and everything will be down below. If you were part of the summit, the gifts will be available until April 30th, and that website goes away, and I'll be setting up the September website for the September summit. So be sure you collect your gifts. If you didn't register for the summit, you can go to holistictransformationsummit.com and register now. You won't get the videos because that's passed unless you buy the $97 ticket, which at this point, why would you? Just get the free gifts. Okay, so thank you for joining us, and remember to be the light you want to see in the world.